Hello, hello. Let's hope this thing is working. Am I live? Okay. Apparently, I was rambling on to nobody but myself. This will be my second attempt, or third. Some less than desirables, which I shouldn't say. They're kind of my friends and boss. Showed up while I was trying to do this. Oh, you couldn't see me, but I sounded nice. I'm trying again. Let's see if it works here, people. There are now 5 watching, and I have no chat up. So if anyone's chatting, give me a second. Peter, how you doing? Daniel here. I'm on night shift. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. I didn't see any chats. I didn't see anything. Ah, did you, buddy? You're back to work? Well, that's all right. Anyway, here I am. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Drinking, this will be my third dram. I started with the night with the Kincardine, it's called. It's a single malt blend. It is from Adelphi. It's a 7-year-old. It's about $180. Not yet. It's only 8:30. I mean, it's kind of like night shift now. I'm full kick in here. This is the 4th shift. Hey, Chris, morning, buddy. I started this, but the bosses, they decided to come and join me, and they were sitting in the patio chairs there. One's a labor foreman, one's the construction manager, and they tried their best to be into whiskey, but they're not. I'm tired, but not tired like I was 3 days ago, sweetheart. So I had that, and then I went back to my Millstone Rye, 100% rye, shared that with them. How's my sound out here anyway? It's windy. What do you mean I need my beauty sleep? Go Habs. You don't think I'm pretty? I should be pretty enough for you. Look at that fluffy little hair. Julia thinks I'm pretty or beautiful. Anyway, here we are, folks, in the fields of Saskatchewan. I'm surrounded by them. This is the hotel parking lot. Pretty kind of empty. There's Peter's empty vehicle. There's somebody waking up early in the morning, going to his vehicle. I hope it wasn't his little brats that were banging and slamming the door shut because they think they're on vacation. This is the kind of area where, hey, you sure do have a pretty mouth. You probably, being where you're from, go Habs. I can understand why you would say that. Where people here, they would live in this town and come here. Yeah, Julia, you tell them. They would come here and rent a hotel for a vacation. I do have pretty lips, though, don't I? Nice. Anyway, Peter White, what are you doing up this early? It is a Saturday. And Loch Ness, you're at work. And Whiskey Sneerson, yeah, there were some storm clouds there, Whiskey Sneerson, but they're gone now. It's actually perfect temperature right now. If it stayed like this all the time, and I would say it's, I don't know, 13 degrees maybe. But I mean, we've been getting up here pretty hot, and I'm glad. That's one benefit of being on nights, is it's cooler. The first time I came here and worked and stayed here, I was at a different place, but you see up there, that all the way down underneath. It was covered with barn swallows. And they had to have the fire department come with their big hose. Another sexual innuendo for Sneerson. You have no life. Anyway, they had to come with their big hose and blast them all off the freaking thing. Even on the front, the very front of this hotel is a nice awning. And yeah, you couldn't go anywhere. Behind me, of course, you saw the nice little, those aren't there at all, but the barbecue, of course, you could use it, but it was covered in freaking barn swallow poop. And anybody knows anything about birds, they don't actually just poop. Their poop and their urine all come out of the same hole. Yeah. No. Anyway, hey, let's talk about whiskey. What I'm drinking right now, and I can't smell much because there's a great breeze, is what I had earlier. I haven't decided to get into the other stuff. I'll get into some of it later. This is the Bear Barley. That guy's a slug. Sorry, I shouldn't be calling people names, but he is. He looks like a slug. So, Sneerson. Graphic. I don't know. What kind of graphic? No, it's not getting graphic. If your daughters are watching, let me know. You can hear the birds, Julia? I think they heard you. Now they're quiet. I'll call them for you. Night shift. I haven't done it in a while. And I've never done 3 shows or 4 shows in a row. I deleted. I shouldn't have done it. Bird crap talk. Yeah. Well, it's not graphic. It's biologically proven. It's birds pee and poop out of the same hole. I should look that up, but that's what I was told. You know, I've never seen a duck walk over and lift his leg up and take a whiz like a dog does. I don't know. Is it calling you? Because if it is, I'm done. I'll never do it again. There go, Habs. Anyway, actually, I didn't realize that right over here is the golf course. You can't see it from here, but I've gone over and had some soup and a sandwich. Can't really see. There's a white sign over there. There's a golf course in there anyway. It's kind of well hidden. It's actually like there's like a valley all the way through there somewhere. Right? It's kind of neat. Daniel, meeting call. Keep singing, baby. Hey. Listen. You and I aren't mating, all right? You know what I told you already? Yeah, remember that. I know you know what I'm talking about. Boys like girls. Men have wives. And Julie will tell you guys. It would be funny to see Daniel get violated by an eagle in the middle of the freaking... I don't think you'll find any eagles here, buddy. You're probably some falcons, some hawks, lots of hawks eating up all the gophers. And then the barn swallows, well, that's something else. But the barn swallow, well, they might be, but they build nest all down in that area I showed you, like in the dirt, like on the side, or an owl. My family have a story about an owl smashing through my dad's van. They had like an old Volkswagen van. I think it was a Volkswagen van. Used to have a canoe on the top of it. They go up into the mountains in British Columbia and go fishing, ice fishing, or whatever on the lakes up in the mountains. And I guess an owl came down and smashed right through the side window. My brother was in was a baby, and he was inside the whatever baby carriage thingy, and yeah, that owl beat itself to death basically in the van. So the legend goes. Oh, stop it! You're a legend. Yeah. Yes, Julia. So you know how it goes for all you guys out there. Is boys like girls, men have wives, and legends are single. Julia keeps telling me I'm not single. Guess not. Been with Julia for long enough. Great horned owl. I don't know, man. There's probably lots of stuff out here, but this is the big wide open prairie. I mean, there's a little valleys that come and go through here, and they're beautiful valleys. But if you're outside of them, they're not. Well, there goes the bray. I'm going to turn it upside down and see what happens to the whiskey braying. That's a good question. Georgie, how you doing? Good evening to me. Yes, it is evening. This is 8:30 at night for me. No, she's not single for you, George. Or, sorry, George. Go Habs. Go Habs, are you a single man? No, you're not, Julia. Well, fine. If you want to be, fine. You can go out with your freaking whatever nurse buddy there that knows all the pressure points. I'll show him a pressure point he'll never forget. I think it's time him and I went to a martial art class together. Amy, I hope you're keeping George straight. Wonderful. Saturday morning or evening for me. Married 23 years, just trying to get you in trouble. Yes, you are. Julia doesn't get mad at me. Do you, Julia? Do you get mad? Whiskey. Let's talk about whiskey. Anybody here even like whiskey? Who doesn't like whiskey in this chat? Amy. Amy doesn't like whiskey. Is that true? Sitting in the middle of the prairies, Amy. My whiskey glass is now upside down, leaving a nice stain on the barbecue table here. I got some pretty flowers behind me. Anybody into pretty flowers? And some whatever they call them, Roman candles. There's some old lady over there having a freaking cigarette. They're all hacking and smoking. This cranky old. She probably thinks she's special because she's in a hotel. But she ain't. Anyway. So, this is it, folks. This is the doing shutdowns. You're never mad? I don't know. The other day you sounded mad. Can't believe I have 8 viewers on a Saturday morning. But here's the wonderful thing is I can find out how many participants there are. 6 participants. What are the 2 other viewers doing? Watching me? They're like, oh, this guy. Let's watch this guy. He sounds like an idiot. Chris Brett, he was really trying to. I pulled the glass away, and later he was trying to get the cork out. What? Oh, the bunny. Well, what did the bunny want? The cork? Because, I mean, will he drink the whiskey? Ooh, dragonfly. Dragonflies. So if I keep going, you won't do the house cleaning? House cleaning? You don't like the smoke? That bunny is cute. I'll give you that. What do they like to have in the house? Do they like tear into things and scratch up the walls and poop and crap everywhere? Or can you train them? Never thought of a bunny as a pet. Although if you do a little Google search for Canmore, Alberta, they have an infestation of bunny rabbits. Being that one of the stories, I was down in Canmore for 7 months on a job for a company called Lafarge, the world's largest cement manufacturing company or supplies. I love rabbits. They taste just like chicken. Did I say that out loud? Amy, I didn't mean it. He has a hutch. He stays in. He's litter trained. Wow. Interesting. Never knew that. Julia, why don't you get Emma a little bunny rabbit? Anyway, Canmore. Somebody had bunnies and they were raising them for whatever reason. But I think there was some litigation. Somebody said something. You can't do this. You can't do that. So the guy said, fine. And he opened up his backyard, or the bunnies, and they now have populated like you wouldn't believe. And tourists like them. They come down, they're like, oh my God. And they're semi-docile, and they're not, the predators aren't really there. And you'll come upon groups of 5, 6, whatever. There may be more. All over this little beautiful mountain town called Canmore, which is really a tourist area. It's about a half an hour outside of Banff, Alberta. You keep him blocked away off from wires and stuff. He just can't resist. Like, he loves to chew, does he? We had rabbits and stuff, but out of the farm, it was different. And they were rabbits. They weren't bunnies. I have a bunny. I have a rabbit in my backyard, but he's like a jackrabbit. And my buddy, who takes care of my house when I'm gone all the time, he calls him Stu. And I'll let you decide how he's gonna spell it. He sits in the back because really I don't have much of a lawn. I've got lots of worms, so the birds are back there, and clover. Lots of cloves grow. You gotta be kidding. Your dad served your pet bunny a bunny. There would be hardly any meat on a bunny. A jackrabbit, maybe. And this is a skinny jackrabbit. He's healthy, but he's kind of skinny, man. You thought about the bunnies. I think she wants a puppy dog. Maybe in your new place you can have a puppy dog, but she does not have a clue, as most children don't, about how much work a bunny is. They don't have a clue at all. Or not a bunny, but a dog. Any pet, to tell you the truth. They're tons of work. I grew up with dogs all my life, and I'd love to have a dog, but they're a lot of work, man. Wow. Guys were low on food, maybe. I can understand that. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, but we didn't eat a lot of wild meat either. My dad lost his taste for hunting after World War II, I think. Amy is a non-drinker, but that doesn't mean Amy doesn't like whiskey. Yeah, I mean, I can eat rabbit meat. I think if you actually get personal with any animal, a cow, a pig. My brother-in-law and sister had a pig 100 years ago, it was. The kids named him Zeke or Zeke. And yeah, it was real rough when they had to slaughter the pig. And I mean, he got big. That was a big pig. And sure, they might have saved some money on meat and stuff, but you cannot become personal with it. We had a couple dairy cows when I was growing up. We had a whole bunch of bunny rabbits. I don't know how or why. We had a pig. We had a goat. I liked the goat. the goat was really good at butting people, and usually after they turned their back. And so one neighbor that I had, he he turned his back. He was always picking on the goat. Well, I thought he was. I was a kid, because he'd always hit the goat in the horns or butt him here. And he's, well, it got the goat going. And he turned his back on him, and that goat, I don't know how he caught him with the horns, but it ripped the seat right off his pants. It was great. He was a jerk. So was his sister. I'm not sure you could eat a rabbit. Maybe not a bunny. Not a pet rabbit. What made you get a pet rabbit and not like a dog? That's a curious question. And was this rabbit raised? Yeah. It's getting late, folks. Was this rabbit raised as a pet entirely before you got it? Kind of like certain birds that are raised by hand. Yes. I didn't watch the whole entire thing. I just said to them that you go and have some good night sleep there, Mr. Sneerson. Again, thank you. It was very nice meeting you the other day. Well, over a week ago. You go straight to bed. Those are the doctor's orders. Anyway, back to the Scotch Test Dummies 500th review. I said it feels like 1,000. Not a fan of the funk. Yeah, you know what? I have some Springbank. I have more Springbank now because of Malted Montreal Swami and Rob. But I don't think I'll be doing any giant purchases of it. If I do, those purchases will be specifically for my collection, I guess. Does it bother anybody that I actually have a collection? He's almost 2. He was abandoned, so we inherited him. Not that he wasn't wanted. He couldn't be kept in his apartment where he was, so we made a home for him. His name is Watson. How long do rabbits live? Do they have a sturdy, long life? And does he come over to you like a cat would or a dog and sit on your laps? Collect away. Yeah. I drink too. I think that really we should just enjoy it. I dream of a world where we will grow our own food, make our own clothes, build our own houses. I think the way it was meant to be. And make our own whiskey. And in a way where we can age it for as long as we want to. Imagine that, eh? Handcrafting your own, whatever you want, whiskey, whatever. One of my favorite things that I've done this week is talk about, Julia, I gotta go paint the new place. Not me, everyone else. You're not going to paint. You're just going to be there with everybody. Did Sheldon say he was coming by today, sweetie? Because that would make your life so much easier if he showed up. Anyway, take care. I will sleep soon. And then everybody can see I'm fading. Julie is moving this weekend, so Springbank 12. Yeah, I never tried much. Julia likes Springbank. Julia went to a woman's only. I finished it, and I think she closed up there's 2 doors on the room I'm in. One into the hotel and one that comes right out to the parking lot because I'm on the ground floor. So I finished the beer, Bear Barley. It's all gone. Well, it's not gone. There's half a bottle in there still. Moving does suck, doesn't it? I bought my house. I probably would move, but it's a lot of work. It's a good way to get rid of stuff, but it's a lot of work. I have to figure out if I'm really going to go to Scotland. Julia doesn't want me to go without her. That's a lot of money. It is good stuff. If you see it, Chris, and you are here in this area, and I don't know who would have any left. Keegan Cork, maybe. Chateau Louis had some of it. I didn't see it the last time I was there. But it's one of the Jim McEwen releases, so that means that it's an older release. And they have two other bottles of a Port Charlotte, and I forget the other one there. That's they're also Jim McEwen's. You won't take care of Julia. You won't even have any disc in your back to slip if you come near Julia, you little go Habs. Whatever, I don't want to call you names because I know you love me. You better find somebody, yeah. I'm quite surprised about how those showed up. So what that means when these are older releases, they're not the ancient releases by any means of Bruichladdich, but they're older releases, being that they probably weren't getting sold somewhere else. So they bring them to a market where they know they'll sell, right? Whoever, the reps. I like Bruichladdich. I do. I've met Jim McEwen twice. He's a character, I'll give you that. He actually called a lady, and it might have been a compliment in that area, but he called her homely. You're very homely. I'm not sure he was actually giving her a compliment, because he seems like I don't know what you'd call it, a crass. He's not crass, but he knows his stuff, and he's got experience. I don't think I think he just doesn't take any shit from anybody. Well, guys, it's night shift, and it's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, 9. I gotta get up. What time do I have to get up? 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I guess 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. See that guy over there in the corner? That's the boss. He should be in bed right now. I'm still sitting here. You thought that it was a trout bear barley. Well, maybe it didn't sell at the airports here. I'm glad to know that it was. I never saw it as a travel exclusive. I won't forget. Actually, she's gone by already. She actually came right out here, right out on the sidewalk there, and said, you 108? I went, yeah. I think she's Polish or Russian. Very strong accent. I said, yes. Can I clean your room? I said, sure. Clean it all up. Yeah. Anyway. Great company. What is great company? You and George are great company, actually. If it is a travel retail only, George, it's still older because it's got Jim McEwen's signature on it. Actually, there's an interesting one that I should pick up. I kind of didn't jump on it because I already spent so much money on some other stuff that that the can doesn't have Jim McEwen's name on it, but the bottle does. Makes me interested in little quirky things like that. So anyway, I'm fading quick here. I don't know if it's the whiskey or night shift. I think it's night shift. So you guys take full advantage of your day and your weekend. Enjoy it whatever way you can, even if it's just sitting out in the sun reading a book or visiting friends, but do something. Night shift takes you away from being able to do anything. I don't like it at all. You can't do anything in the days because you got to be at work at a certain time. It's kind of a miserable thing. There's lots of guys do many things. They'll go to the golf course and hit some balls and stuff. I was going to bring my motorbike down, but there's no point, right? Bring it down. Everything is flat, straight line here. George, I would. Check out if it has Adam's name on it, it's new. If it has Jim's name on it, then it's old. Family Day just finished night shift myself this week. Well, Chris, you take care of the family. Important stuff. Loch Ness, that's awesome that you're at work and listening. Thanks. I don't know what you're listening to. Me ramble on about a bunch of stuff that you guys know as much about or more. So, anyway, it is bedtime. Thank you very much. All of you take care.